Hi Libra, thanks for watching. Let's do 3-card tarot for the sign of Libra. So how are you guys? I hope you've had a good week. Leave me a comment if there's anything amazing to share actually, because it's always interesting to share the journey with you guys. Okay, and I'm asking for 3 cards please for the sign of Libra. For this reading, which I'm doing actually in early June 2019. But really the best time to watch any of these readings is the time you're drawn to watch them, okay? They're not really time sensitive, they're not really time limited, but they'll mean something when you see them. Okay, so first card we've got here, it's the Devil card, and this tells us that things are going to change, things are going to have to change, okay? A bit like the Death card, I wouldn't actually take the meaning of this to be exactly what the word here says. It's major arcana, it's number 15. We're nowhere near completion of the full picture when this card comes, but we really are coming towards time to move on, yeah? It's like it's midnight, it's time to get cracking. No, it's not. Is it 6 o'clock? I'm not really sure what that clock says, but I think that's the whole point, you know, because the time for a thing to happen isn't really kind of something you can put on the clock. It's when it's ready to happen, okay? Time is just the way we have of organising things in this world. But look, here we have the Mad March Hare and the Mad Hatter, and they're trying to organise their thoughts into something because they really are kind of being leaned upon to get moving. It's really a time to get moving, but I want some more significance for that card, please, I say to my guides. So let's shuffle some more and say, tell me more about the Devil in this reading for the sign of Libra for June 2019, or whenever people are watching it. Tell me a little bit more about the card, the Devil, which has just come up for Libra. Okay, and what we have is the 8 of Wands. Right, it's fast progress then. When we get to a Wands card, it's fire signs that are indicated, sort of Aries, Leo and Sagittarius in particular, because those are basically the signs that go with this energy when this card comes up. So look out for someone who's a fire sign, right? Is going to be around to help things get moving, to act as a catalyst. What we've got here is potential confusion that doesn't become confusion. These are actual representations of playing cards really, but we can't actually see what is on the other side of the cards, so that isn't something to worry about. That isn't going to play into our life. But when this card comes up, it may be something that we are worrying about, okay? But there is lovely, beautiful higher heart chakra pink energy here as well. The clouds aren't entirely in a straight line. Nothing in this card is entirely in a straight line because things are rushing, things are difficult to kind of make sense of because things are really on the move. But the Devil card really does mean big change coming, and change in a direction which is going to suit you somehow. Okay, it's not the devil as in kind of Satan. It's like when people say they play the devil's advocate and they'll just say, what if something amazing, to kind of just get people thinking on a new level. So we're looking at thinking on a new level, but we are looking at fast progress and a fire sign, that's an Aries, a Leo or a Saggy, coming in around you to help with that. This is fluid energy, of course, guys. It varies a lot from one person to the next what these cards will mean, but the most important interpretation is the one you put on it. That's my feeling. Okay, so let's have the second card in this spread for Libra. And what we've got is the Ace of Pentacles. Now, here's a good one. This shows not just vast potential, but actually that the potential is beginning to bear fruit already. And this is the middle card. So this means we haven't got to wait too long for progress. We've got alchemy here. We've got manifestation here because we've got the pentacle over here, which has been kind of held out and offered into the picture. And there's this rather nice, it looks like a cake to me. I'm still not sure exactly what it is, but it looks like a cake. And it's got a Tudor rose in the middle and fruit all over it. So it's looking a powerful actual manifestation starting to actually happen and come into being, which has got to be really good news because we were looking at a lot of stuck energy last week, I seem to remember, Libra, and there's a certain amount of stuck energy must have gone on before we get the Devil card, because that's moving us forward really, or it's telling us we're about to move forward. Okay, so let us ask my guide again, please give me some more for the Ace of Pentacles. Tell me a little bit more about the Ace of Pentacles for the sign of Libra in this reading. And it fell out, so I'm not going to keep shuffling. You know, if you lost something and you find it, don't go and look somewhere else for it, do you? So there's a thing, be focused, don't keep looking for things you've already found. And that is an important thing on the spiritual path, actually. very often when people become more aware of spiritual influences of the esoteric, if you will, um, we start kind of just wondering how we got here. I suppose that's really it. But let me not digress too far. What we have here is number 19. It is the sun, and this is another good reason for moving forward. And this actually shows us where the alchemy of the Ace of Pentacles can come into it, because we've got Alice here, very young, but actually sitting with the two queens, because she has reached a stage of wisdom where she is actually ready to start taking on adult responsibilities and be a bigger person than she ever thought she could be. These queens aren't here telling her what to do. They're giving her encouragement, and we know that she's given them encouragement. Elsewhere in the Tarot in Wonderland deck, which I really enjoy reading from, sunflowers everywhere, very positive things indicated, guys, but this is about actually moving forward and maybe not worrying so much about keeping things in balance at this moment, because things are overseen by the angels. I know it's an easy thing to say, and it's something that people kind of go on and on about, but things are overseen by the angels, guys. We do have positive possibilities everywhere, most particularly when there seem not to be any positive possibilities. So the alchemy of the Ace of Pentacles here then is really that's what's happening. It's the sun business. It's the business of growing, realizing that you can, realizing that we're overseen by the divine, and realizing that we must be doing okay on our journey, even just to have got to this point, because this does mean, you know, good things can happen. It's some of the cards just have names which I think are a little bit unfortunate. There is great meaning behind the devil and everything that it signifies there, but we're really not looking at anything Luciferian there. Not in any way that I can see, anyway. Anyway, right, speaking of anyways, let's do another anyway and ask for the last card of this 3-card spread, please, for the sign of Libra. The last card of this 3-card spread, please, for the sign of Libra. And 2 came out, as so often do. So the top one is the last card in the spread, and the next one is going to tell us a bit more about it. And the top one is this. It's the Ace of Cups. Second ace in this reading, actually. So really good news there. Okay. I always think of faithfulness when I get this particular Ace of Cups come up, just because of this in the background on the camera screen, out of the corner of my eye. It looks a little bit like a sheepdog. So don't forget those who are faithful to you, and don't forget those you've been faithful to, actually, as well, Libra, because that is balance. I feel there's some help coming from someone very loyal when we get that. This is not a traditional tarot meaning for this card, by the way. I'm aware of those meanings. I've been reading the tarot since 1985, but I work with a spirit guide, and he shows me what he shows me in the cards, and that's the way I read them. And you know, our guardians, our guides, our gatekeepers, our angels, they know how we are going to do these readings before we do them. Okay, so let's take that one seriously as well. Let's look again at the sun there and think about our guardians, our guides, our gatekeepers, our angels, represented by the 2 queens here. You know, they're there for us. They're there to encourage us. They're calling us forward into the next kind of maturing, the coming to fruition of what we've been working on. And the Ace of Cups here, loads and loads of potential, but of course the cups is it's the suit of our longings, our desires. We're looking at water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, basically, but we're also looking at balance, which ought to appeal to Librans as well, because water always finds its own level, yeah, and whatever goes in a cup in terms of liquid will always find its own level as well. Okay, great leveler there. So leveling off, but bags of potential, and actually showing by leveling off that just by going forward on this journey isn't going to suddenly turn life into like opening a can of worms. It's just it's a shift, really, a shift of energy and a shift in what you know, which has come about because of what you've been through and what you've learned. That's how shifts happen. We gather more and more and more knowledge and more understanding of it. We become wiser and wiser, and we can have a shift because we know what the next thing's going to be there. And so 2 cards fell out there. So rather than shuffling and saying, tell me more, this is telling me more about the Ace of Cups in this reading for Libra. Okay, and it's the Ace of Wands. That is 3 aces in one reading. That is just really good news. Okay, so we've got a lot of brilliant gold bright light coming out of the top of the candle there, and we've got the wand. Wands are about progress. When there's just one wand, maybe it's not that very quick progress, but gosh, there's progress indicated everywhere else in this reading. Particularly when we took this one out for significance for the Devil card. Very fast moving, much less confusing than we might think it's going to be. Okay, but by the time we get to the end of this spread, we're taking things gentle, but the potential is all over the place. And I'm looking at 3 aces in front of me and the sun as well. So it's all looking very positive, but it is about fruition. It is about coming to maturity, because whenever we get a wand, as well as the fact of the general thing of progress or lack of it, depending which card and which reading and how it comes up, we're also looking with wands at something that grows in the earth that we can actually make use of. And I rather like these ones, because these look as if they're ones that have just blown down in the wind, and that's the wood I like to use to make things out of, because it's natural, it's given to us naturally. So we're looking to a great extent at some of your own skills here, Libra. Okay, one of those skills is balancing, of course, and life is a massive balancing act. I'm not sure why I said that, so I'm going to shuffle again and say, give me a significator card, please, for this whole reading, if you wouldn't mind, in this reading for Libra. Okay, a significator for the whole reading for Libra, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. Isn't that lovely? Really, really nice energy indicated here. Okay. Alice has got her raven here. I don't believe that's a crow, because crows have yellow beaks. I can see one out of my window now. It's in a tree just over there. Okay, lovely, beautiful colours indicated here, and of course the magic of the pentacles and the number 9 bringing us slowly towards completion. Now she's walking a checkered pathway. This is a pathway of lots of different influences, Libra, and this is where I was on about balance, no doubt. Because it's almost like a game of hopscotch if you try and only walk on one square when there are 2 different colours. So there's more than 2 colours to life, aren't there, Libra? Be willing to embrace everything and be willing to go along the path, even if it doesn't seem to be going entirely in balance, because the balance really is either side of Alice here, and we've also got a human and an animal, which shows a great deal of balance as well, because there's communication going on there. We have wonderful messages sometimes from Stephen Farmer's Oracle deck, messages from your animal spirit guides. So there we are. Be a bit closer to nature might be a good way to help with this, Libra. The only thing I can see you would need help with is it's going to look really a lot more fast and furious than it is. And I feel that you're being pushed at the moment to make a decision, and maybe wanting to put that decision off. But don't fear that if you suddenly make that decision, everything's suddenly going to pile up on top of you. We have nearly always got more alternatives in this life, particularly when it looks as if we haven't got any. That's the time to get your thinking head on. Now, Libra, is the time to get your manifesting head on. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. Thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed it. Please also remember to subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, we'll share the journey, and I'll be back again really soon. Have a good one, Libra. Thanks again. Peace.